What's up, guys? My name is Mad Squash 924. Welcome back to another episode of the Hunter Call of the Wild, where today we are going to be hunting in Rancho Del Arroyo. I think that's how you say it. And yeah, we put off this episode a little bit just because it's not my favorite map to hunt in. However, I haven't hunted here in a while, and I could do quests here. I don't think I've done any quests here, because when I usually play this, it's usually on the multiplayer server, so it never packs any quests. But we'll do a lot of questing today. Let's see here. Optional is familiarize yourself with the hacienda, visit nearby lookout post. We can do that. And of course, we're going to hunt whatever we see along the way. I guess the best route would be to go here. And then we'll take a run over there. I don't know what I'm planning on finding here. Hopefully we find something good. And then for the weaponry, it's the same kind of weaponry we have been using. We got the 22 LR. We have the Ranger 243. And we have the Sporter. We won't use the Valgarda, but it's in my loadout because it's usually my big game gun, but there's no big game on this map. So, what can you do? What time is it? 7:32, so... Okay. What is drinking right now? It should be whitetail soon, right? I think the whitetail start at 8 o'clock. Yeah, I think there's like 1 hour of downtime. Because before that was the bobcats. So actually, there shouldn't be anybody at this lake. Which is fine, I suppose. Mexican bobcats. Okay. Yeah, we really shouldn't see anybody here. That's why we're going to do some questing. There's also another outpost way out there that we gotta go to. But it says it's optional, right? Now, I don't know if there's any, like, special animals on this map, kind of like how Te Aurora had the Mocha Moose. And I know Taiga has what? They have an albino diamond bear there, I believe. Right? It's a super rare, that's all I remember. Which I've yet to do as well. I gotta do that at some point in the game. I think last time we were in Tay. And all the quests were done, so we were just running around hunting and trying to familiarize ourselves with the animals that were around. But for today, we're doing mainly questing, and we're going to try to kill animals along the way. That's the plan. If you guys like that plan, cool. If you don't, well, there's the door. Plus, I don't know what to expect from questing here.
Looks captivating, no? Except a lot of the problem with ranches like this one is what you can't see. We've sucked up so much of the groundwater for cattle that areas that used to be wetlands are turning arid year-round. The grasslands are mostly buffalo grass. It's an introduced species that smothers native plants. Likes to catch fire, too. I once saw a saguaro, you know, one of those classic cactus plants, surrounded by buffalo grass, burst into flames. It was one of the kicks in the rear I needed to finally sell off the last of our cattle. Anyway, Take the time to explore the ranch in your downtime too. If even half of what I heard growing up is true, there is plenty waiting out there.
Okay.
So, while I'm stuck waiting for someone, they said less than a minute, but out here that means at least 5, or probably more like 20. Anyway, you're here to evaluate the facilities, but there are a few things I need you to take care of first. I'll make it worth your while, of course.
Sure.
First up, the cattle may be gone, but there's still some fencing left. There should be a pair of fencing pliers on the countertop in the hacienda's kitchen.
That is that way. Okay. Okay, what does he want us to do in here?
That's them. I'll mark the spot on your hunter mate.
Oh, it's not far at all. Okay. Seems like we're just running around doing tasks. Hmm? 16 to 20. We want to shoot this one. Well, he's dead. We'll have to go get him.
Okay, take it section by section. Watch yourself there. The nearest hospital would laugh you out of the building if you told them you needed a tetanus shot for a barbed wire cut just because you weren't wearing gloves. And now the posts. You can pile them up in a heap and I'll have someone collect them later.
Sure. That's the last one, right? Yep. I'm gonna go get that turkey. Oh, that's the last one.
Whew. I'm getting sweaty just watching you. Hey, don't get me wrong. I actually wanted to check this one off the list myself, but I had some matters to attend to in town. It's a big moment for the ranch, tearing down the last of the fencing. The Soto family has raised cattle on this land since Mexico's independence. My mom... now you're making me sentimental. Look, how about a change of pace, huh? I'm stuck here waiting, and you're probably itching to put that trigger finger to good use, so let's have some fun.
Sure I am.
Things out here aren't all business, you know? You ever hunted pheasant before, no?
Yep.
Well, I'm no expert, but I picked up a couple of pointers from my friends over the border when we introduced these guys, so I can show you the ropes. Head over to the region marked on your hunter mate and we'll get started. Pheasants are shy, so look around for any evidence of them in vegetation cover.
That much is true, and they are even more so now because since they updated the game recently, the pheasants are more shy and will actually fly off more frequently. So yeah, that's accurate. Where'd I shoot you anyway? Wow, I shot you low. Okay. Let's go here, so I think we'll go here. And then we gotta find pheasants.
Somewhere around here is a good place to start looking. So, the trick to pheasant hunting is maybe a little counterintuitive. You have to make them flee, or flush them out. They're lousy flyers.
Yeah.
But we can use that to our advantage. We've just gotta get them to take off first. You know the rest. The right ammo for the job, of course. Then it's pan comido, a piece of cake.
He says
No one
that.
likes a cheater, so no shooting them on the ground. Got it?
Man. Alright, so we gotta find ourselves some ringneck pheasants. Start taking them out. First, we have to find them. Pronghorn. Some ringneck pheasants are up in the north here, it says. How many do I need to take out? I gotta find their need zone, and then I gotta take them out. Alright, so we're at their need zone, even though it's a little bit past 8 o'clock. So theoretically, we should see some, right? Or maybe not. Man, trying to find them is kind of a pain. Suppose we can head this way. Go down this hill and then go maybe south, I'm thinking. Of course, right when you're looking for them, you can't find them, but when you're not looking for them, you see them everywhere. Of course, that's how it works. In fact, I don't see any animals. We've only seen the turkey. We've heard some coyotes. We've heard some bobcats. I think we heard a mule deer. I hear a turkey. I wonder where they flew off to. Because I think they only have a sleep time and they have a feed time. They don't drink or anything. So they should be theoretically sleeping right now. course, I can't find any. It's too freaking brushy here anyways. There's the house. I could always turn back the time to make it their feed time. But do I want to do that? I'm not sure. What are these? Bobcat prints. It is whitetail drink time now, too. We could catch some whitetail. While we're searching for the pheasants. We'd have to venture this way, though. Pronghorns. I think. Also, the issue I have with the pheasants is I feel like they're not the easiest thing in the world to take out. Well, since I see this pronghorn. Yeah, I see that. It's just a female. Gives us something to shoot at the very least. More turkeys. He ducked down. Shit. I was gonna try to shoot it in the head, but I couldn't get that right angle. Anyway, we have ourselves a pronghorn. That's pretty neat. They're all pretty much female, I can tell. So far, anyway. So we got turkeys and pronghorns. Not exactly what I'm looking for. There's one. And have to shoot this thing in the air, huh? And pass the harvest check. So that means they are currently feeding now as well, huh? 8 to 11 they are feeding here. Oh, wonder if I could take you out. It says they're alert. Yeah, they are a lot more skittish than I recall. It's gonna be kind of hell to shoot them. Damn it. Of course, now that I'm reloading, it's flying away. Damn it. Man, first quest, the first major quest is kind of a pain in the ass, you know? Don't really much care for that. You think they'll fly back? They may very well could, I suppose. I don't know. I don't like hunting pheasants. I could be using like a shotgun, I guess. But man, that sucks. I don't really want to be chasing these damn things. Because they're just going to keep running away. Ugh. That was 20 to 24 for a turkey, though. Maybe I'll follow these tracks. Even though I'm supposed to find myself a pheasant. It's max weight, which is why I'm following it. Don't see anything. This is becoming a pain in the ass. Man, this sucks. Does anybody like ringneck pheasant hunting here? Because I surely don't. Freaking on a wild goose chase. Especially with a freaking turkey. Ow. Trying to see if I can at least get a sight of it. It's buff. For a feather type, anyway. Bird type. So, that's good. It's not a rare fur type or anything, but maybe he could be a potential diamond. Which is possible. Fuck, I hate hunting these things. Man, hunting these things sucks. I just gotta be able to kill one. I probably should have used a shotgun, and I didn't. I hit it. Okay. It was in the air. It was flying. This should pass the harvest check so we can do the next quest. Right? Right. Because, man, I just want this bird. There it is. Big blood splotch. Okay. Phew, we got one. Man, these things are a freaking pain.
I'm not a bad teacher, no? Man, you're a pretty good pupil.
Mid.
My ambition is to make this the place to hunt pheasant in northern Mexico. If we can keep them this size, that shouldn't be a problem. Just gotta get the gringo tourists on board. They're a big money spinner, sure. But if that's what it takes to keep this place up and running, so be it. It's all for a good cause. Speaking of gringos, my cousin told me that she'd spotted some intruders with a U.S. license plate going hog wild, shooting animals from, get this, from a hunting stand mounted to a pickup truck. My insurance doesn't cover them, and I doubt the hunting they're doing is particularly ethical. So can you keep a lookout? Gracias.
Okay, so where are we gonna go for that then?
Did you notice how dry the land around the old cattle pasture was? Even compared to the rest of the ranch, I mean. The more cattle you cram into a small area, the less ground cover there is. Water just runs off the land instead of making it into the vegetation. My parents' generation dug wells and pumped out several times more water than would rain in a year. When I told them my plans for this place, they weren't happy. Said I was selling out my inheritance. We haven't spoken much since. Of course, course, there are plenty of rancheros out here who graze their cattle responsibly. I just want to go in a different direction. I've tried explaining what they gain from it. They just wish me luck. But I've heard what they say behind my back. Chavita fresita. It's like, they're basically calling me a snob. They went to college in Mexico City, same as me. I just stayed a while after I graduated. Worked overseeing protected natural areas for CONANT. But back to business. Luckily for us, there's an easy solution to the groundwater problem. It just requires some more muscle on your part. I need you to set up a few gabions. They're wire mesh baskets you fill with rocks and place along the banks of the arroyo to accumulate silt, which holds the water like a sponge so it can trickle back into the ground. The winter rains aren't as predictable as they used to be. You know, with climate change doing a number on us. So, the sooner, the better.
Okay, we'll head over there after we pick up this grounded pheasant. Reason I shot it on the ground is because it wasn't a diamond rating. It had to be at least 20. So, whatever. Okay, let us get going to said location. Looks like we'll have to go this place, and then we'll have to go south. Yeah. Should be fine. I hope. Fleeing. Well, we're going this way anyways, so... kind of works out. We might see some javelinas along the way, if we're lucky. Well, we have to be lucky. It's a keyword. I don't see any wildlife around. The wildlife here seems to be pretty vacant. That's fine. We'll just do our objective. This map has moments where things look really cool and look pretty, and then this map has moments where, like, you can't see anything and it's so brushy. I feel like it's more the second than the first most of the time. But it's fine. There is some tents that I have placed down in this map that I do like. Like, I like this one. It's probably one of my favorite little spots, because then I can look at this big, huge field and see what's around. I like that field. There's usually a lot of things, anywhere from mule deer to bobcats, sometimes coyotes, and whitetail as well. And rams. The rams like to go there.
There should be a pile of rocks there. Line up the gabions first, then fill them.
Uh-huh. Yep, sure.
They're conspicuous enough, no? No? The important thing is that they work. Cram a can into each of them. That'll set us up nicely for winter. It's gonna take some time to see the effect of all this, but it's good work you're doing. Believe me, I'm grateful for the extra set of hands.
Sure. A lot easier than the pheasant quest, tell you what.
I have one final task for you before you are free to go off on your own.
Really?
Most of our outposts are former stockmen's residences. Gives them a bit of rustic charm, you know? Back in the old days, entire families worked the land here. Men, women, and children. We still had a couple of people on staff when I was born. But then beef prices tanked and my parents couldn't afford the expense anymore. Us kids had to pick up the slack. Anyway, there's a stockman's residence kind of in the middle of nowhere, even by the standards of this place, that had fallen into disuse. We've given it a paint job and replaced some of the furniture. Now all that's needed to officially establish it as an outpost is a notice board. Head over and set it up.
Okay. That is that way.
There's the notice board. Grab that shovel too. Clear away the
Shovel.
rocks first, just over there where the path begins. Bet you're glad you're not doing this in July. Oh, what's that?
A lockbox.
Gene, is that some sort of safe or logbook? Let me see. It's a brass lock and handle, a keyhole. This is not new. Could be early 20th century. I feel like I recognize it from somewhere. I've got it. There used to be a lockbox like this in the Casa Grande's master bedroom.
Sure.
My mom wouldn't like you snooping around, but this feels important. Can you head back over there and see if you can find the key? If you're up for it, of course. This isn't part of your job description.
Yeah, we'll go.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Finish up here first. Looks good. And feel free to use this outpost yourself now. If you're in the neighborhood, I'd appreciate it if you could swing by the Casa Grande. I guess my curiosity's got the better of me.
Sure. Man, how come they made us target pheasants out of all things and not like a pronghorn or something?
The master bedroom's upstairs. He always did appreciate his privacy, my great-grandfather. That room and the study were like his own personal oasis.
Yeah, that's great. How does one get upstairs?
Right. Let me think. Some plausible deniability would be good for when my mom finally shows up. So let's not just start rifling through things. The logbox I remember was sitting on a shelf next to a wardrobe.
On a shelf next to a wardrobe.
Is that
This
the
must
key?
be it.
It sure looks well used. Let's try it. Oh, man. It's a disassembled shotgun. Pump action looks like. Also early 20th century. Are those flecks of blood on the stock?
Sure is.
It would make sense if it belonged to Don Javier. He did sleep in here for most of his life, but I don't recognize it. Look, I don't know how things are done where you're from, but I'd rather not get the police involved with this. Whatever happened clearly happened a long time ago, and they've got more to worry about out here in the borderlands. Plus, my family has a somewhat complicated history with them. So, let's try to solve this ourselves. Let me think. I'm no Sherlock Holmes, but maybe we should check it for clues.
Sure.
RS Bosque Alto, agosto de 1916. RS Bosque Alto, August 1916. Bosque Alto is a site to the east of here, the woods up in the hills, but the initials... RS, RS, RS... I'm stumped. How about you leave the gun here for now, and I'll have someone from the lab we usually work with for animal samples check the blood. I really doubt there's any intact DNA left, if it's as old as that engraving suggests, but it doesn't hurt to check. I'll keep you up to date.
Okay, you do that.
not aware of any buildings up around Bosque Alto. Or at least, not any intact ones. Good thing I know someone whose entire job involves tracking things down. And this time, you don't need to worry about anything running off on you. I'll mark the rough location on your hunter mate, and you can put those transferable skills to the test. Chances are we won't find anything, but I won't rest easy until we've at least checked.
It's just under a mile away. Okay, we're going back to this location. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Just because we should be able to get our whitetail hunting in.
This is the place. Find some high ground and do some scouting.
So that's really good for us. We have to go east. It's 10 o'clock. It's prime whitetail drink time. So the thing that we're looking for, I think, is like right here, it looks like. Let us see what white-tailed deer are in this place. Finally get some real hunting in. Maybe we'll find a diamond, maybe we'll find an albino, maybe we'll find nothing. Actually, I'd rather have, like, I don't know, a piebald one. I don't think I have a piebald one. And I think they go melanistic? I don't remember. And I highly doubt we'll ever find a great one, whitetail here, because I don't hunt as frequently enough in Rancho. So chances are that's probably not going to happen. Okay, we are at the right body of water. I don't even know what the guy's looking for. Look for anything suspicious in the hills. Enter the shack. Inspect the desk. Don't know what that means, but I don't know where it is. Do 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 do. But I'm looking for animals. Looks like Spat Thing. That's the only shack I can think of. Alright. Let's get running there. This method is probably the quickest. I could also theoretically take this tent and then go north. Yeah, I want that instead. You stupid fucking mule deer. Man, that's been happening more frequently as of late. Animals taking out my frickin' tents. Damn it. That blows. It was in a decent spot, too. Whatever. I'd shoot it, but it's a female. And the male took off. Okay, we still gotta run a bit to the east and then circle around this big frickin' lake. Which is fine. Man, at some point I'm gonna have to do another tent run for a lot of maps. Haven't done that in a while.
There, by the lake. A shack.
I only see the one whitetail so far, and it's a female. Two females. Where are all the dudes at? Three females. Shit. That kind of sucks. I was like half-ass banking that it'd work out here. There's one. Man, that's a horrible angle. Do I care about... Do I care about botching this shot? Yeah, kind of. Good, he's finally showing up anyway, so it doesn't even matter. How are you gonna stop, friend? Like so? Okay. Wow, I'm glad I didn't shoot. Perfect shot. That should be right into the right lung, and then I'm assuming in the heart as well. I don't think it pierced the left lung. I could be wrong. But it definitely dropped it. Man, point-wise, we have not found much. Means we technically have not found a lot of animals. Mostly because we're questing, but... that pheasant really took the sail out of our winds, I feel like. Took, what, 15 minutes to find that thing? Well, probably like 10 to 15 minutes to find one. Another 10 minutes or so just to chasing one down enough where we could shoot one. Yeah, it wasn't ideal. But at least it's taken care of. It's done. It's over with. And is that the worst quest so far? Out of all the main story quests that I've encountered? Yeah, probably. It's not great. Kinda sucks. What are they doing here? Should they be, like, I don't know, running away? Well, they should have ran. Not that these females are worth much. And it pierced quite a bit. $214. It's not bad. Rack on him is pretty cool. It's kind of on the thinner side. It's more narrow when it goes upward, but I like it. Oh, there's another one up ahead. It was around 300 so yards away. Bam. Perfect. Finally getting some real hunting in. We'll have to go pick up that whitetail before we do the next portion of this quest. We'll do this part first just because it's here.
Well, I guess I wasn't wrong about there not being any intact buildings around here. Are you able to get inside? Be careful.
Yeah, through the window on the other side. Or here.
Someone must have rested here at some stage, but there's nothing to suggest they bunkered down. Try the desk there. Mira, what a thing to find out in the middle of nowhere. I'm amazed it's not completely faded. So, I'm pretty sure the guy on the right is Bisabuelo Javier. Even without the head, the suit's a dead giveaway.
Sure.
And his younger friend must be our RS. The date isn't too far off the one in the shotgun, at least. This is weirdly familiar.
It's gonna be like his lover or
I've
something.
seen him somewhere before. Let's go back to the Casa Grande. There's a century's worth of old photos and newspaper clippings in Javier's study. Maybe we'll find something that jogs my memory.
Yeah, we will. I
The
want to shoot
landform
whitetail.
looks like the one around where they used to water the cattle back when open grazing was still practiced. It's along the Arroyo, but I'm not sure where exactly, and I don't recognize the shrine. Take the photo with you and we can try matching it to your surroundings.
Yeah, sure, whatever, dude.
Oh, by the way, I got a call from the lab while you were wandering around Bosque Alto. As I suspected, the blood samples didn't turn up any DNA. It was always gonna be a long shot, if you'll forgive the pun. Anyway, I sent the shotgun itself to a gunsmith to retrofit and reassemble. I want you to have it. You didn't have to go out of your way to help solve this mystery that has nothing to do with you.
At least we get a gun.
But you stepped up. I know, it's a bit macabre to use a dead man's weapon, but, look, we're conservationists. Waste not, want not should guide us. I doubt RS would mind whoever he was. Unless you'd rather it ended up in a museum. Didn't think so. I've asked my cousin to leave it at an outpost I'll mark on your hunter mate.
Whoa. Dark brown. Look at that. Double lung shot into the heart. The perfect shot. Those shots are nice when they happen. And this whitetail just happened to be in the way. Okay, good. All right, let's go back here. And then we're going inside, grabbing the shotgun.
I hope it serves you better than it did RS. I've
Thanks.
got some more news while I have your ear. Remember those gringo intruders I told you about?
Those ones?
Well, my cousin's just texted me. She spotted their pickup truck again on her way home. Actually, not far from the outpost you're at now.
I see it.
But no sign of the intruders themselves. Do me a favor. Head out and jot down their license plate number.
Okay.
And if you do see them, probably Probably best to just turn back. Who knows what they're packing?
Maybe they're packing heat.
I really hope they at least turned off the engine when they went hunting in this thing. And that's the crappiest shooting range I've ever seen. Baden, Texas, Lone Star State. What does the plate say?
It says Baden.
Oh, God. I can feel your mood worsening from here. You've had more than a couple of run-ins with these guys before, no?
No.
I'd love to tell you I'd never heard of them, but their reputation extends to these parts, too. Well, at least the plate makes them easily identifiable.
But I'm just hunting.
So the, targets are all intact, which means one of two things. Either they're just terrible shots, or something else caught their attention. Let's remind them they're not alone out here, why don't we? Shoot down a couple of them. It's an excuse to try out that new shotgun if you have it on you.
Nope. Sure don't.
There. That's as gentle a warning as they're gonna get out here in the Borderlands.
All right. On to the next. We're gonna return to Hacienda. Okay. There's like 2 main missions.
The study's next to the room you're staying in. The furniture in there is uncovered. I was actually planning on moving most of it out to make it into a second guest bedroom. Any day now. Well, it's probably for the best. Because this time you're definitely not going to be able to avoid rifling through things. Mom will forgive me, I hope. There's so many places to hide something. Take it one by one, and we'll see if anything jumps out. A souvenir from my great-grandparents' trip to Germany. My bisabuela was a surprisingly mean shot.
Okay. It's a fallow deer antler.
I'm still amazed they got these plates over in one piece.
There's a basket. What are we doing here? This just feels like we're screwing around. Oh, that's cool.
These trolls, they're a good deal less scary in miniature, no? A couple of family members were in New Zealand around the time they filmed the first movie.
It's a cool Easter egg from Tay.
Bisabuelo Javier was a big travel buff. He used to steal all the towels from the hotel rooms we stayed in. He'd be like, "It's covered by the room fee." He was a good man. Yeah, a bit eccentric, but it was part of his charm.
Him stealing towels, it was part of his charm. I see. Okay. So, anything else, or... Not really. It says there's something else hidden in this room. Just don't know where. And I can't open any of these drawers. Not that I see any who. Oh, hello.
This is more like it. Let me take a look.
It's a newspaper clipping. From somebody's son missing.
Raúl Soto del Bosque. Raúl Soto.
That's RS.
Javier's little brother. Of course. I should have known. I've heard the stories a million times. They never found his body. Raul was a bit of a hothead, if you believe the reputation he had. A young intellectual. You know the type.
Sure.
And Javier was the last person to see him alive. And did he go join the Villistas? Or maybe he had a target on his back. Us Sotos were a pretty influential family around here before the revolution. Javier and Raul's dad would have had the ear of the local cacique, the mayor in the pocket of the federal government. Favors for favors, you know.
Sure.
But then, everything was shook up. I heard that when they reported the disappearance, the police, or what was left of them around that time, practically laughed in their faces. They knew Raul better than his own family. Said he was probably out fighting with some bandits. But then why would he leave his shotgun behind? And how did it end up in that logbook 6 feet under the ground? We're clearly not done with this mystery yet, but at least we know the major players now.
We do?
Let's try finding that shrine.
Alright, so that mission's done. Okay. So, reach Reposo de Guadalupe. Okay. What should be here? We'll figure out what mission is here real quick and try to accomplish it, unless it's like
This is around where I
finding
think
something.
the area in the photo might be. You're gonna have to do some scouting again.
And then
This looks familiar.
what
Keep
looks
your eyes
familiar?
peeled for the shrine and the curve of the hill behind it.
Right. So you want me to literally look everywhere for this thing. Right. Well, we'll give it a minute or two as we look around. They said a shrine too, so wouldn't that be where the landmarks would be? Theoretically? Mirada del Seco. Could run that way. We'll run in this general direction, and then once we get to this spot, we will call it an episode, I think. Try to get some animals, too, if I can help it. And bunnies. Bunnies are so tenacious.
Here's the arroyo, or, well, what's left of it. It's dry almost year-round these days. Almost hard to imagine they used to be able to graze cattle here.
That's cool.
Let's try following it north.
Following this north. Alright. You have my attention, I guess. Which means I kinda can't really get off track now, can I? I mean, directly north would just be up there, but there's nothing up there that I know of. So where we're going is what, a dead end? Let's take a look at this picture again. I mean, it looks like it's in the middle of nowhere, so... But he says to go north of it. And going north is what we're doing. We're going just directly north from that well. And haven't strayed even though I want to. There's the javelinas. I gotta go more north anyway. So far, we are almost out of the area where he said to go to, so how much further north do we have to really go, right? Crap. My bad. Wow, so far this is actually going nowhere. And we are about to leave the zone that we are supposed to be in. I don't think he knew what he was talking about. We just left it. Let's go to the area where I want to go to. It's not mega far, but it is far. Out of like all the episodes for questing, this may be my least favorite for a map. I mean, Hirschfelden's wasn't awesome either, I guess, because it also wanted you to use specific weaponry, if I remember correctly. But this one wanted you to like hunt the pheasants in a particular zone, kill them with passing the hardest check, and doing that whole thing. And with the 22, that's kind of hard to do. But like, I could bring a shotgun. Technically, it's my fault. But still, it is hard to shoot the pheasants. And then, other than that, all we really had to do was run around, go back and forth, and see what exactly we have to do. Whether it's placing down things, or discovering pictures, or a lockbox, or whatever. I shoot the rabbit, but I don't see it at all, so. The area is not, like, open enough for me to shoot a freaking jackrabbit. I do have a diamond jackrabbit, though. It is the only diamond of a rabbit I actually own. And I don't own a rare fur type rabbit. I just have not been as lucky with those. See, the reason I'm going to this thing, because I assume landmarks would also count towards whatever the hell that we're looking for. But I could be wrong. What the hell was that call? That was the collared peccary? The javelina? Interesting. So, is this the side of the picture? Probably not. And are we close? Probably not. Just doing our last glances for animals. Seeing if there's any stragglers that we can pick up. Like, it's crazy this is like 125 yards. It looks so much further than it actually is. Let's check the other hill. I don't see anything at all. What the hell is that? That's out of the zone. Well, that looks like that's all we can find for now. So this is also a good spot for us to end today's episode of here in the Hunter Called the Wild, hunting in Rancho Del Arroyo. Hope you guys all enjoyed. If you guys have, make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you think of today's episode, and if you are new to my channel or have been watching me for a little while and you haven't done so, feel free to subscribe to me, MadSquash924, and do not forget to ring the bell to get notified of my latest videos. On the next episode, we're going to go to the next map instead of Rancho, because Rancho sucks. And I can't remember what it's called. Let me look. I believe... Is it Yukon? No. The next map we would go to is Mississippi. I see. So yeah, on the next map we'll go to Mississippi. We will do quests there in Mississippi because I have not done any quests in Mississippi. And we can see what there is to see there. But I'll see you then. Goodbye.